Hello, all you hardcores out there. How are you doing? It's Russ here. You know the rest. How are you doing, James?
All right, mate. I like that picture.
Yeah, it's Bricktop.
Yeah, I know. I know.
It was his face earlier when he found out Fury were retiring, even though he knew anyway, and they're all in on it.
Cool, Sal.
Hey, Spencer Brown giving it the big one and all that. Look, probably just having one of them bipolar days, and he's not happy with split with Joshua fight. 1 minute Wembley's booked for July. Next minute, toys are out at Pram. Jeez, they're not going to leave money on the table. He'll be punching while he's 55. Fury, pop, pop, bang.
Definitely.
What do you make of it all, James?
Well, it's hard, isn't it? It's hard to take it seriously when it's like the sixth, seventh time it's happened. Personally, from a sort of personal standpoint, I hope he pisses off and never looks back because he's it's not just him, it's his family, isn't it? It's that John Fury. I don't want him making any more making any more sort of viral moments off his son's back. And I don't know, there's just been a bit of a scar on the sport, and the last year and a half. So I'd like them to piss off, but like you said, while there's money on the table, they're not going to disappear. And I said that a couple of weeks ago. So it's all lies, really.
Listen, mate, do you know what I'm going to call this video? Right, this part one here.
What?
Repeat, 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 repeat. And what have I been
Yep.
on about for many years? It's the same old traveling community tricks. What they do, you see, right? If something keeps working and it's not broken, why try and change it? So he's doing the same old thing that he's done every time. Everybody knows, right, that he likes to go out and have a party, right? So it's testing all year round, and if you signed up, if you're retired, you can't go testing. We all know when they burst into gym at Peters on Halliwell Road, and he told them to F off dinner the third time, right? Well,
Hmm.
he can't do that now because he can say he's retired, so he can do what he wants and dictate, and that's all he's going to do, dictate. And he can say, "Yeah, I'm retired" and all that. He probably wants to get Macaulay hard at way and Joshua, so let them go knock lumps at each other. Because without Fury, Joshua's like vulnerable, and he? He's going to get knocked about. But that Fury fight will always be there, even if Joshua fights Macaulay and loses. Fury Joshua will always be there, just like Calzaghe Frotches. I mean, we'll talk about that in a bit. But so get some more miles on AJ, get him knocked about by Macaulay because he can't be parked up, can he? He'll either have his tools not sharpened or get in and fight somebody, get your coat off and get at it with Macaulay. That's it. It's just gamesmanship and all this Spencer Brown and bricked up and oh, we wish him all the best. He's a great guy. He's made all this money. Look, repeat, 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 repeat. All right, be punching for pay while he's Mike Tyson's age. Get over it, man. But they just love column inches, don't they? What I want to know is this: where's that 7 million for homeless?
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, where's mention of the failed tests, and the failing drug tests and all of that behind the mental health story? It's all smoke and mirrors, isn't it?
Yeah, listen, I don't see any of these media outlets coming out asking what he meant by at least Dick Turpin wore a mask, because that to me is going on about money. That's going on about money. Dick Turpin was a highway robber and he robbed people. Is he going on about money or is he going on about the judges? Is he having a go at Turkey? Whatever. There's something not right in his head. He's been beat. Get over it. He must have thought he was just going to stroll through boxing, getting all decisions all his own way. John McDermott fight, Otto Walling fight, the Wilder one fight. He's had it all his own way. The man's been on the floor 8 times. He's had it all his own way, mate. Oh, Steve Cunningham fight, he should have been disqualified for that stoppage on referee's blind side. He didn't do nothing. He's had it all his own way, mate. He's dodged everybody. He kept Usyk waiting 32 months from first time they should have fought. He could have fought Vladimir in 2012. He shited his pants when they were offered the Luis Ortiz fight. He even said it in an interview with Bayloric TV. Ingram Jones, he says, I'm not going to fight him. He's in the Who Needs Him Club. Go and watch Bayloric TV. It's on his channel. The interview with the big Gypsy Dosser. It is what it is, isn't it? He's had it all his own way. They made a fortune. There's fortunes to be made. Do you think that Spencer Brown, who's actually a sharp individual, and Brick Top, do you think they're just going to let him ride off into the sunset? Not on your Nelly. They're just
No.
unhappy with it split. So they'll go let Joshua fight somebody and probably get beat because he'll get beat against anybody in top 25. But what did I say last week, James? What did I say? There's more twists and turns. They might announce it. It'll get stalled. Look, we've been talking about it since 2011, haven't we? Right? Since they sparred. We're 2025. It's further away now than ever. They only booked Wembley Thursday. What, we're on here Monday? And he's
Yeah.
retired.
I know.
If he's retired, it's simple. Jog on. Go. Go now.
Yeah.
That's it. Go. Jog on. Don't ever bother us again. Take all your entourage with you, all your liquor squad, and go. Get gone. Everybody knows it's BS. Unbelievable.
Yeah, exactly.
Give Usyk his flowers. They're not going to do it, are they?
No. And it's like I said last week, you know, you mentioned what you said last week. I said it last week. He's not going to retire because of all those hangers on. They've all got money to rinse from him. And while the flannel's still there to be wrung out, he's not going to be allowed to retire. He's going to be employed like that circus freak, like Elvis was when he was singing and singing and singing. You know what I mean? Even if he's unwell, they're just going to keep wheeling him out because there's money to be made. So, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, it's look, James, the way I see it is this, right? Fury, he's not going to leave a possible 300 million on the table when he's already got 200 million. He's not going to do it. That look, it's greedy, right? They're not bothered about belts. They're bothered about money. It's pure greed, and that's what these people are about. Pure greediness. They've given nothing back. What have they given to charity? That shower of shit. Nothing.
Homeless. Load of bollocks.
So it is. Well, didn't they have a bet with Piers Morgan for £1 million in pound coins on live on ITV or something, or on Piers Morgan's channel or whatever it is? £1 million bet on it that he would definitely retire. Well, he's retired. How many times has he retired? Is it 11 or 12 now?
I would have had it down about 5 or 6, but 11 or 12 wouldn't be too far off either, to be fair. He's just a joke.
Get his own way.
Yeah, it's just a joke.
So, I don't know what to make of it, mate. I don't know what to make of it. I don't, honestly.
Well, this whole week's been a bit of a circus, isn't it? And the reason why I wanted, you know, us to get together, like I was on one, wasn't I, about this week? I don't know if you've obviously got that in your list, but it's been a bizarre week all round, really. Lots of backslapping, lots of ass kissing, and it's left a bit of a bad taste in my mouth, to be honest with you.
What's left a bad taste in your mouth?
Just this week, like with the old the Ring Magazine awards and all that, where everybody.
What an old liquors there! Oh my god!
Yeah, basically. Do you know what I mean? Like, where was Tyson Fury in that? Do you know, like throwing these toys out the pram?
You can't get awards for getting filled in twice, can you? It last 12 months.
No, but do you know what I mean? That was basically Turkey preening, wasn't it? I know, like, for want of a better phrase, being a peacock and saying, "Look at all my money here." Turkey's made Tyson Fury a lot of money, so rather than throwing your toys out your pram and being a pussy about it, go down to these awards. I thought they were a load of, you know, as I say, arse kissing. It was an arse kissing parade, but you know, he weren't there, and it sort of showed, didn't it? He's just a spoiled brat. And Conor Ben, the less said about him, the better.
But getting back to Tyson Fury, he said, and I quote, on the 14th of December, "I made it all happen in Saudi. Me. I'm responsible for everything that's going on in Saudi with boxing. Everybody's eating off my plate." This is what he said leading up to the Usyk fight. Well, why didn't you go down there and show a bit of class like Joshua did, even though he got beat twice by Usyk and he got put on button moon by Dubois? Fury really lost to Ngannou, but they give him the win, and he lost twice to Usyk. Why didn't he go turn up down there and show a bit of class for British boxing?
Because he has no class. It's that simple. Money can't buy you class. And he talks about, oh, I made it. No, you didn't. Didn't Joshua fought in Saudi before Tyson Fury did? Amir Khan did against Billy Dib. Am I wrong there? Like, there's people that have come before Tyson Fury. Just because you've got the biggest mouth doesn't mean you made the biggest impact. You're just a prat. You're a stain on the sport, and you need to go.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you, mate. I just good riddance, mate. I mean, that man nailed it. That man nailed it, mate. If you're gonna retire, go. We're sick of you. Your CV is absolute pish. You beat an old man, Cunningham, stepping up from cruiserweight, should have been disqualified. You beat Wilder twice, right? Wow. And an old man, Vladimir, 39-year-old in 8 months. That's it. That is it. We don't count Chisora and Barry White. Scooby Doo and Barry White. We don't count them as elite wins. We don't count Ngannou as elite win. You should have been beating that. We don't count Otto Wallen as a top defence. It's all a load of pony. Going on about how I'm a lineal champion 9.5 years. You've had one mandatory. Barry White. That is it. That's your lot. That is it. That's your pish CV. Running around with goat hats on and Furiosity drinks thinking Michael Jordan. That is it. That's his CV. Absolute pish. Go fight Moses Atone, mate.
Yeah.
Joe Joyce when everybody was scaring them all to death, going on about bone density. Lewis Ortiz, oh my God, talking Ngannou contracts available and Vladimir at 49. Oh my God, all my legs all wet. Somebody's just pissed up it, James.
Yep. It's just a really sad story, and it's become a bit like the Conor Ben situation. You know, we're talking about the same things week in, week out. The only thing I will say about Fury is he's had relevance because at least he won the World Heavyweight Championship. Conor Ben, I mean, you know, we're going to come to that before long, so I won't go on about that. But you carry on, Russ.
What about what?
Just about, well, you're going to mention Conor Ben, I'm sure you are, because that was the reason for me moaning.
I just need to get this out of me. I just need to, what do they call it? Okay, you're a hater. You're a hater. I just need to hate on Tyson a bit more. I just need to get it out of my system. Here's a statistic for you, James. Jamie McDonnell and Richie Woodall have got more wins over former, current, and future world champions than Fury. How's about that one for a statistic?
That's quite mad. I mean, Jamie McDonnell's not going to be spoken about, is he? Because he wasn't in a glamour division. But I'm surprised that doesn't really come out about Clinton Woods as much because he was.
Clinton Woods and Robin Reed have got 4, the same as Fury. You know, Nathan Cleverly, Joe Calzaghe, they're not hanging around boxing like bad smells, are they, these people? They just get on with their lives, don't they? Look, he'll be punching for pay till he's Mike Tyson's age. Or wrestling like Gorgeous George, Ali's mate. That's what'll be going on, mate. That's what will happen, I can assure you. I swear to God. He's not going anywhere. They can't listen, mate. He's addicted to fame. Just like Tommy Fumbles. Right, Tommy Fumbles' a CV. What's that made up of? It's made of candy floss, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, go through the lot of them, CV. It's all pony macaroni, isn't it?
Yep.
All and he's on social media. Go listen. Fighting man that. It's all a load of rubbish. 100 and 0 on the hard road. 100,000 knuckle fights. You know what? We've just about had an overload of this shower, haven't we? I have, mate. I personally have. But nobody's going to say anything from the media. Nobody's going to mention, why, what do you mean about at least Dick Turpin wore a mask? Has there been a robbery? Has somebody been shortchanged a month later after the fight? Is there missing money? What is going on here? Are you unhappy about the decision? Is something going on behind the scenes? Why isn't nobody prodding them about the Dick Turpin comment? Why? Is it going to court? Is somebody in trouble here? Why? We need to know.
You've got what annoyed me was you've got whole segments that Sky are dedicating to it just about that comment, but they're not actually just being honest and saying, look, there could be a double meaning here. It's just they're giving him airtime, and it's just something that I mean, we're going to give him airtime because he was a heavyweight champion of the world, but I'd just rather him not. Why not speak about Lennox Lewis? Do you know what I mean? Lennox Lewis is retired and he had a better CV than Fury. Get him back on me telly. I'm not interested in the gypsy, whatever he calls himself. He's a crybaby, mate. And like you said there, his absence from that award ceremony the other day was totally classless because let's face it, it's the Saudis that have made him. They've made him a lot of money, and he should be more grateful for that, really.
When I look at Lennox Lewis's CV, right, everybody he fought, he beat. Fury ain't beat everybody that he's fought, has he? Usyk's done him, hasn't he? Everybody he fought, he beat, right? And got 14 wins over world champions. 14.
Yeah,
Fury's got 4. Ali's got 16 in a one belt era.
yeah,
There's guys Ali were beating, your Ron Lyles and people like that. Oh, Fury would fill his nappy with now.
hmm
I mean,
He'll be
I
world champion.
16 wins over top guys, but you could put another 8 or 9 on top of that of guys that had splattered today's guys.
hmm
You know what I mean? You're running around saying you're a goat. It's disrespectful. There is only one greatest of all time, Muhammad
Yep,
Ali. Remember the fucking name.
yep.
You
I've
know what I
got
mean? Hey?
yeah, I've got a picture of him on my wall. I've got two, in fact. Got one there, and I've got one there as well. And he deserves respect. He's the man. So yeah, keep your name out of his mouth, as Will Smith would say. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and he's a prat as well, Bill Smith. But getting back to Fury, his CV is absolutely pony.
It is.
It's absolutely pony. It's like Shane Fury's amateur career.
I know. I
Another
know.
another big fighting man, isn't that right? Big fat Shane. Hey, another
Yeah.
people keep emailing me telling me how hard he is. Has anybody seen him have a fight? Has anybody all we've done is see him eat and talk a good game. And that's all we're seeing, a lot of talking and a lot of taking, a lot of people with hands out. That's all we're seeing, people with hands out, wanting the boots filled for doing nothing, for just hanging around like bad smell. A lot of them piss off. If you're retiring, piss off. Go now while you can, while you've got a little bit of respect. You're not wanted. We don't want
A
to
little bit.
see all this gaslighting nonsense. And look, Usyk took him to the cleaners, absolute cleaners. Food and drink. He can't get his head around it. That's the problem. He don't want to do interviews. He don't want to talk about it. Listen, the guy's running. Is he at bus stops? Is he at taxi ranks? Ferry terminals, airports, train stations? Is he on Elon Musk's rocket to the moon? Where is he hiding? In a barber coat, in a in a pickup truck. That's what he's doing, mate. That's what
Yeah.
he's today. That video in a barber coat. I'm retired. So what? Fuck off.
It
And
was.
nobody's
It was
interested.
probably an old video. It's probably an old video, Russ, from the
Yeah,
other
that's
10 times,
probably it. Big old beard on him. Do you know what I mean? I bet he's been out with Bamba Gascoigne last month.
probably.
So anyway, it is what it is. Right. Let's move on then from the adventures of Billy Liar to what? Is that bad?
No,
Am
it's not bad. I agree with you.
I straight in bed? No, do you know what? Funny thing about it is, right? The people I've spoke to, the real boxing people have spoke to me today. They've gone, well, so what? Who cares anymore? Nobody cares, do they?
No,
Nobody cares. You're not a world champion. The fight with Joshua's a load of pony anyway. It's about 7 years too late. Who cares, man, about two washed up guys having a fight that have been knocked about? Do you know
I
what I
tell
mean?
you,
Ali having a fight with Trevor Berbick in, say, 1984 or something. Nobody'd care about that, would they?
no. I tell you, who does care, Russ? Talk sport, and they're telling us that we have to care, aren't they? Anybody in mainstream media, we need to see the Joshua fight to put a stamp on it. No, we don't. We definitely don't. No interest in it whatsoever.
Like I just said, the Ali fought his last fight in 81, but if he'd fought in 84 against Berbick or some other washed up guy. Nobody would have given a shit. Nobody give a shit about Ali against Berbick after Larry Holmes done him in. And that's all we're going to get from these now. It's just going to be promoters ringing what they can. Do you know what? I kind of feel sorry for Tyson Fury in a little way. He's brought a lot on himself, but do you seriously think, right? And Tyson's not behind the door. Do you seriously think, right, that Bricktop cares about Tyson Fury? Yes or no, James?
No, certainly not. He cares
Right.
about one thing.
Bricktop and wheel him out in about 4 or 5 years if he could get away with it to earn millions. Yes or no?
100% yes.
Right. Tyson and Wheelie sent out just to take the money anyway, because I'm a fighting man and all that. But let's have it right. If he got hurt in the ring, do you think Frank Warren would really care? Well, obviously he probably would care, but as long as that fighter signs that form an hour before the fight, these promoters are covered. All they are is farmers that are dealing in cattle. That's it. They might care. Yeah, maybe I won't be harsh there, but they're not bothered. They're willing to take the risk because all bases are covered. The tickets are sold. The pay-per-views are sold. The fighters signed something to say he can fight. He's pushing old age Fury. He's like a 44-year-old, really. He's not a 36, 37-year-old man. He's a 44-year-old Fury, in his body and how he's
Yeah.
treated his life. And that's why he can't pull the trigger. He couldn't pull the trigger against Usyk because he couldn't get out of the way for what were coming back. And if you can't move your feet, you're no good. So all they can do is fight people that have got the same ailments as him. People that can't pull the trigger, like your Joshuas. That's why the
Yeah.
fight's going to happen. They're not going to go near your Dubars and your Moses Atames, are they? And Bacolis and Caballeros, because them geezers are going to put it on them, aren't they? You see where I'm coming from, James? They're going to want to
Yeah.
find people who are similar to them, but they're going to tell us that they're stronger, they're faster, they're quicker than a speeding bullet, they're taking it serious, they're getting Greg Marriott in to do strength and conditioning, they're hiring chefs, and they're running up tins. They're going to feed us all that bullshit on Instagram to sell it. I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it no more. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of hearing about talking and fighting men and this and that. Listen, there's a saying in Doncaster where I live. There's talkers and there's smoky bacon walkers. Now, which are they? You know what I mean? Talkers, mate. Talkers.
Yeah. Well, the Smoky Bacon Walkers and all, they've had a lot of wild boar, haven't they, in their time? So,
Hey, we know about that one, don't we?
yeah, certainly. Certainly.
Moving on then from the adventures of that shower of shit, Dr. Usman's investigated by the British Boxing Board of Control, led by Roberto Smith, aka a chocolate fireguard. Now, what do you think's going to happen to this guy? Nothing.
Yeah, not much. Not much. What's happened to Conor Ben? We don't even know, do we? Do you know what I mean? So nothing will happen to him. He's probably got a few quid. He can probably grease a few palms and things will go silent. But the board just wanting to be seen to be doing something, aren't they? Because people have called him out over this whole drug scandal with Ben in particular in the last 2 years, and just said you're not fit for purpose. So now they have to jump on the bandwagon whenever they can. That's all this is. It's just a show trial sort of thing.
Would you?
Yeah, it's just for show. That's all I think it is. A load of crap.
Well, this is how I look at it, right? They reckon it's going to happen in 3 months, don't they? Conor Ben in UK and
Mhm.
Eubank. So it is what it is. Listen, there's too much money at stake. They lost that much money on first one, Matchroom. They've helped him out with lawyers and lumps of dough here, there, and everywhere. That's their investment. They're going to want that back.
But I don't. I know we've talked about it before, but why? The question is why. But like, he's not talented. He has no talent. I posted this on a video today. I watched something about Conor Ben, and the guy was struggling with area level operators before he disappeared for a year, come back and started destroying people, and then failed two tests. Why is he so valuable to the Matchroom brand
Oh,
for
there's
one
so
fight?
James, let me just back up a bit. I don't want me to interrupt you. I do apologise. Right, James. I've just
Go
told you. These people, listen to me, are accountants by name. Barry Hearn, youngest accountant up to 1971, chartered accountant. Accountants by name, accountants by nature. Each individual fighter, they'll have something on file on computer, what is invested in each individual person and how they pull that money back. That's how a promoter uh, works. For example,
Yeah.
Dennis, he probably had 30, 40 grand invested in Liam Cameron. When Liam Cameron had that second issue with cocaine, because he had one with Sheedy fight and then Gemman won. Sheedy won the game of warning for an adverse finding. The Gemman won the game 4-year ban. Dennis washed his hands of him because he hid the first one from Dennis. So Dennis went, no, not going into bat for you. And Dennis has got lawyers on retainers, so it wouldn't cost him nothing. So he washed his hands of him. Now, other promoters are the same. They'll know what's invested in everybody. And Conor Ben will have a fortune invested in him because of the advertising, the PR, and everything leading up to that Eubank fight. That were their payoff to try and get 2 fights out of that. They've lost that
Yeah.
money. They've then had to throw money at him with lawyers. He'll have been hitting them for this and that in for the last few years and that. Blah, blah, blah. They're going to want that tenfold or twofold, as in 2 fights. That's how these people work. They're not like Dennis. They don't like losses. Dennis likes a gamble. They're not like that. It's a business to them, innit? Dennis is not bothered. He's got other irons in fire. They're
Yeah.
going to want that dough back. That's just my opinion. What do you think?
No, I'd agree with that. Everyone's an asset when you put it like that. But another question with Ben then, where does the WBC fit in? Because they keep giving him a rim job, and he's talking about a WBC title fight. What the f? I don't like swearing too much. What the f have you done to deserve a world title fight? No Central Area title. No one even probably ranked top 10 with the Central Area Council, most probably. No English, no British title, no Commonwealth title. What have you done to merit a WBC title shot? It's the same incredibility in my opinion as Jake Paul, swanning around. And it was ridiculous. He was at that award ceremony the other week.
For what?
And
For what? For what award has he won?
yeah, for what? He was there. He was there, but like, oh, the Gad. Yeah, like, I love talking about the Gad. That bloody wrong one. The Gad was bloody kissing his ass. And everyone's kissing his ass. And what I liked about Evander Holyfield sort of gave him a look as if to go, who the f are you? You know what I mean? Get away from here. Who are you? If his name was Connor Smith, he'd be nowhere near a boxing ring, would he? For what he did. So get him away from the mainstream. He's not even got a nice attitude. At least Liam Cameron's a nice kid. You know what I mean? If he's been hard done by with that 4-year ban, given everything else that's happened. Conor Ben's not even likable. He pretends he's from Essex when he was privately educated, lived in Spain, then Australia. Just keep away. Get away from the TV screen. You're a piece of shit. And that's my rant.
Yeah, the difference between Conor Ben and Liam Cameron is Liam Cameron's were cocaine, right?
Well, yeah.
Conor Ben's were performance enhancing drugs on 2 occasions, same as Dennis McCann. Nobody wants to talk to Bricktop about Dennis McCann. Have you noticed that? What's happened to
Yeah.
Puppy Parsons? The DAZN employee. Why is he not putting it on Bricktop regarding his fighter, Dennis McCann? Why is there a silence around the Dennis McCann issue? Why is Coogan not putting it on him about that? Why is this? Why is the GAD not putting it on them about Dennis McCann? Why is Adi Alapido not putting it on them? All these people have all got YouTube channels and they're all getting work from Talksport and DAZN, but yet none of them want to ask proper questions. Why is that? Because they don't want to rock the boat.
Access or lack of access if they do rock the boat. And personally, I think that having your own YouTube channel, if you're on a platform like that, could potentially be a conflict of interest. And it can also be bloody hilarious as well. Look at the way, Carl Froch now. Carl Froch has sort of done a U-turn, and it wouldn't be that embarrassing if he didn't have his YouTube channel where he's said completely different views, and now he's cozying up to the Saudis. It's a
Well,
bit ridiculous.
I'm hoping that Carl Proctor's just doing that to get his feet under the table so he can set about them. Because if he in, I'm very disappointed. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. Do you want to go on to part 2, kid?
Yeah, of course, mate. See you in a bit.
In a bit. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. We'll see you on part 2, where it's going to be even more explosive, and we just might have to get in close. Pop, pop, bang. Big Max has asked me to come on again this week, by the way. I think I might have him on. I might throw him a bone. We like a bit of light-hearted entertainment, don't we, from Big Max? Out of a breadcrumb.